Hey, well, everyone talk for a sec.
Testing,
We're
1, 2, 1, 2.
talking.
Well, sorry, not everyone. One at a time. Mom.
My mic sounds nice.
Talking.
Now it's my turn to talk, Dad.
Oh,
Testing,
man.
testing,
Then that's
testing,
how he be
1, 2.
talking to.
Okay, I think
It's not your turn. It is not your
Yeah,
turn.
right?
Right now.
Stop, yeah.
It is my turn. What do you mean barely?
that's a normal
Can you hear
volume.
me?
What are you
That's right.
talking about?
You don't normally talk like that. You talk. You're like, Marcus, can you get me this? You know what? Because maybe I
Because
talk
you're
loud.
loud.
I do. I talk. I have a loud voice. It carries.
Love and relationships.
So let's kick it. Kick it.
Right. What is romance? So the definition of romance. Put my teacher hat on. Is man, I should have got my glasses.
Put my teacher hat on as I look at my phone.
Glasses, what you need.
Right.
Let me
Zoom
make that
in.
larger.
Yeah.
Wow. A feeling of excitement and mystery associated with love. A quality or feeling of mystery, excitement, or remoteness from everyday life. So that is the definition of romance.
Okay.
All right.
So having said that,
Would you agree with that? I mean, that's what the definition is, right?
I think there definitely needs to be an element of excitement and happiness and maybe some kind of surprise. I think that's definitely part of it. What do y'all think?
Sure.
Right.
well, did it say surprise in the definition?
Oh.
It said excitement,
Okay. So
Or it
that's,
can be-
excitement and surprise are two different things.
but excitement.
It
So
is surprise and excitement aren't.
you know
exactly-
what?
That's true.
I know what you think romance is.
No.
Marcus, what do you think romance is?
Wow, I can't tell the people in my
Right?
Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead, 'cause she just excluded my definition.
No, we'll get to your definition.
Whatever.
I think, I don't know, maybe romance is, just keeping that spark sort of like lit up. You know what I mean? Like making sure that, that you enjoy each other's company in the most sort of lovingly way possible, I guess.
Right. Which
Okay.
Which kind of leads
Into
to
your
my definition.
Okay.
No, all right, so that's a broad, okay, you
Broad
read the definition.
Yes.
Right?
You want me to read it again?
So that, no.
Okay.
We're good.
So that can be interpreted in many levels. So just like anything, it is what it is to you, how you feel about that. So there's not a one note situation about romance. Romance to you may be different than to you, to me. How we feel about romance may be different,
I
which
agree.
ties into love languages.
No, I agree with that. I totally agree with
Romance
that.
isn't, all the same thing to everybody.
Okay. But this is the key to that.
Here we go.
All right.
Here we go. Here we
Your
go.
romance.
You real animated on this episode.
She loves
She's
this
always
stuff.
animated, but yeah, this is.
So
animated.
romance, like you said, I wholeheartedly agree with you. Right? Romance is what is you interpret it different. But the person who you're in a romantic relationship with should understand what is romantic to their partner.
I don't know. That makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah, that makes
It can't be
tracks.
what's romantic to you.
Right. And the partner got to realize what's romantic to the other partner.
Absolutely.
You can see there's
Absolutely.
some kind of,
Absolutely.
past
Absolutely.
history with
I know
this.
some underneath stuff
Some
going
underneath.
on here.
Right.
Gotta
Bubbling.
look under.
Gotta look beneath the dirt.
I don't know.
Right. So I'm going to say, to everybody out there, my definition of romance is what they said, that excitement, that surprise, that unexpected
They didn't say
thing.
surprise.
I'm
Putting your spin
I'm
on
putting
it.
my spin on it. Because I didn't say what my definition was or what I wanted to add to it.
You said what they said.
I
They
did.
didn't say surprise.
But I'm saying what I'm saying, right? So basically, it's that.
This is supposed to be love and relationship. Why is it so? And, there's a lot of aggression going on here.
Because she's competitive. She has to win at romance. That's
Okay.
what it is.
He
that
has
what
to
it is?
win at romance.
Come on, because we got to go on to the other part.
Okay, all right. So romance to me is like excitement, yes. That element of surprise, I think, is romantic, and also the break from the mundane. Not just because you said it. You romance is loving, being loving to one another. That to me is an everyday thing. That's not.
So romance comes across different than just loving a person in terms of that definition.
I think so.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really
Okay,
do think
that
so.
tracks.
Because Daddy and I are loving toward one another when we're not arguing about romance on a daily basis.
So for you, romance is an action.
it's an action.
It's an action word.
action.
You need to romance me.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
Just like that.
So, what are some examples you think of?
I like that.
Where's some examples?
What do you think?
Yeah. What do you
Yeah, what do you think?
I know for me, like, again, I'm gonna put the surprise element in
Okay.
there. I mean, I would like to be surprised, or like you said, a break from the mundane. Whether it's picking up something I really like food. Food is always romantic and good. I think that's the way to anybody's
It's a
heart.
love language.
Picking
Yeah.
it up,
Service.
surprising you with a meal or flowers or something like that. It doesn't have to be like a big.
Grandiose.
Grand
It
gesture.
doesn't have to be. I mean, that's nice too.
Right.
But it doesn't have to be that all the time.
I would agree with that.
I feel
I
you.
can agree with that too.
What's an example? What's an example?
For me, I don't really know. I don't really like surprises that much, to be honest.
No, that you.
That
So
you
I know. I'm
Yeah.
just trying
So
to
what's a
set it
romantic
up.
don't
gesture to you?
Right.
Somebody
Like
did.
as far as like
Either you doing for somebody or somebody
Right.
doing for you. Either one.
I mean, my go-to with that kind of stuff is going to a place that you like.
Okay.
That's my sort of like go-to. All right, we're gonna
Going out to eat.
Yeah, like going out to eat, going out to do something.
That
Right.
you both like going to
Yeah.
the comic store.
Exactly.
Right,
You know?
yeah,
Like
exactly.
something that we both sort of like enjoy, or something that maybe just that person enjoys that I might not. I think romance to me is like trying a new
I
thing
agree.
that a person
Right.
likes, and I might not know it too much, but it's like, hey, I know you like this. I'm gonna try with you to try to bridge this.
Exactly.
gap
I
or
like
whatever.
that. I
That's a good
definitely. I think
point.
that's a
I
good
do.
point too. Absolutely. Absolutely. What is an example of romance for you, Jeremiah?
The things that you guys say. I agree with everything.
I agree with everything.
What's the most romantic thing that you've done?
That I've done?
Yeah.
I don't know what the most. I can't judge what the. I mean, I've done numerous things.
Okay. So what's one thing that you did that was romantic? Because we want to help the men out there too, right? What's
I
something
think a
that
romantic
you did?
thing that I've done.
I mean, this is
when
as
we
it
went-
relates to you,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. It better.
Sips tea.
I would say, okay, when we went out to the sunflower
Yes.
fields out east, and then we went out to that restaurant after that.
Yes.
I
That
think
was
that
nice.
was very romantic.
It was romantic because I didn't do anything, and I like that.
Not having to make all the
Not having to
decisions.
make the plans.
That's
and
also another
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
If a
Yep.
if a woman, sometimes they don't want to make the decisions. Don't just ask, oh, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Planning.
Planning.
Planning can be really
Yeah.
romantic.
That's a major thing
That's-
for your mom.
It's amazing.
Romance might as well be called planning.
There should not
I mean, that's the underlying thing. Romance means planning the event. So, I mean, let's just cut to the chase.
I mean, she's just a planner in and of itself. That's just her personality. You know,
Right.
that's just-
You plan something with her involved, she's romanced. I mean, that's just the bottom
That's
line.
the key.
That's the key.
There you
That's
go.
that's my wife's love language.
Since it's Valentine's Day is
Right. We
coming
want
up.
to talk about relationships.
Hey,
What to
do's and
do
don'ts.
and not to do.
Right.
to get and to be in a relationship.
How to keep a relationship. Like you said, Daddy and I have been together for a long time.
What to do.
So
and not
we
to do.
can't tell you how to get. Well, I mean, I could tell you how to get into a relationship.
Eh.
When was the last time you got into a relationship?
Yeah, exactly.
30
What was
plus
it,
years
14?
ago.
40 years ago.
Back in the 80s. So I mean,
Back in the 80s. Well, no, not necessarily like it's all the same. I mean,
It's not all the
Nah,
same.
it's not.
why isn't it the same?
Because you guys were kids, we're adults, we have technology,
Yeah.
you guys didn't. The lines are blurred now more
Lines are
than
blurred,
they
you
were
said?
back then. So
I agree. It was a lot more straightforward back then.
Yeah, it's more access now.
It's more access, the terms going with, taking out, talking to, seeing, dating.
Stuff like Tinder has just kind of broadened and blurred the scope
Right.
of
All those
what
apps.
relationships really are. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what would you say to get into a relationship?
Right.
Yeah. What would your advice be?
Right, too.
What I've heard from most people is that you have to be right with yourself.
That's
It's
a
best
that's
to be,
not-
it's the best to know
that
how
is-
to love yourself first,
Yeah.
and
That's
then
not
get
new.
into a relationship.
Right.
You know?
yeah, like
That-
they said,
yeah.
that's not new.
That's
the-
not new.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no, I'm
yeah,
not saying
I'm
you're
not
saying
saying
it is, but I'm
that's
just
new.
saying.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
But that's
a-
an important piece of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I
So
think
you
that's
can let,
important.
so if you're open and confident with yourself, it allows you to be with someone else, I guess.
You know
you
who
know-
you are, and that's
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of a relationship is that you can't just be withholded to being together. I mean that's that's important being one unit, but it's also like you also need to be your own self too.
Yeah.
And I think that's at least what I would imagine is an important piece of like any sort of relationship is if you know enough of who you are, your likes, your dislikes, and you know enough to be like, hey, when you're in a relationship, be like, hey, I like this, and this, and there ain't no sort of like messing around or anything.
For sure.
Right,
I would
right,
say
no
to be
compromise.
if you're really looking to be in a relationship and you're just not dating around and you want to be serious with somebody, I would say honesty as far as about yourself and about what you want
Yeah.
in that relationship will be key right at the very beginning so that there's nothing that pops up later on that could, what I'm saying, that could
Yeah.
just be honest about like I said, who you are, about what you want in a relationship, how you expect,
Just
how you
be straight up.
Just be straight up.
That's the easiest thing.
Don't play no
Say what you
games.
want.
Right,
know.
and mean what you say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mental gymnastics.
Exactly.
I mean, somebody had said that communication. Was it our wedding? Had said communication is the key. And back then
Keep the lines of the communication open.
and that's so real.
You don't. It's so simple.
It's so simple, and
So
at that
simple.
point, keep.
Yeah, communication.
But it's so
It's
real.
real.
It's real because once they shut off and you're not communicating, you're not talking. That's when things go
Distance.
Left.
Yeah. Or right.
All right.
They go in the opposite direction the way you want them to go.
Absolute communication.
Yeah,
So key.
and you have to laugh. You have to like each other. I think laughter is
man.
key.
That's a
If
good
you
point.
if you're with someone and you can't like laugh or joke around and have fun, why would you want to be around someone and it's all serious and you're
Can't have
drained?
that.
You gotta laugh. You gotta have fun with each other. What's the
That-
point?
I mean that also goes to personality too, but in general, yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what I mean?
absolutely.
You gotta like-
You gotta like.
Well, you gotta like each other.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to you gotta love them, but you really have to like them.
Yeah.
It can't be like it's like, well, what do you, I mean.
And I think Daddy and I, even though we were young when we got together, I mean, very young, we were friends.
We were friends before
We were
that.
friends.
And we genuinely like each
We
other.
do. Yes, we
If
absolutely do.
if we weren't together, we would be friends.
Right.
We would be friends. We'd be good friends.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're not just good friends, but we would be because we really like each other. We like our sense of humors, match, and we get along, and we think, kind of the same in enough areas.
In enough areas.
Yeah, not
Right.
everything, but in enough areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't start. don't get me started.
And I think it's also important to have like similar enough goals too. Because
Oh,
if one
for sure.
person's going in a different direction and
Oh, yeah.
you're going over here, it's kind of like how can that really?
Yeah, because
That's
you're gonna
hard.
because you're gonna when you're building you're gonna be building a family.
This person might not want to build a family.
Right.
So
Well,
right,
there you go.
Oh yeah, that's an important distinction going forward for sure.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm surprised your mom hasn't starting a relationship. So now we're talking long term, right? And we're talking about serious relationships. I'm surprised your mom hasn't brought this up about the person meeting the person's family.
Ooh.
Yeah.
'Cause
gosh.
that's major. You
That
gotta-
could be a deal breaker.
that could be a deal
for
breaker.
me.
Because well, don't yeah, because a person's family that could bring
No, I mean for them, for
Right.
me.
Oh, for you. All right,
Right.
right. That could bring major issues to a relationship.
It
Somebody's
can.
family.
No, it can. It
Whether
really
it's their
can.
immediate family,
You gotta
extended
vet
family,
'em.
whatever. You gotta vet 'em.
You gotta vet them.
So February is not only a time for love, it is also Black History Month.
It's true.
And we are kicking it with Black excellence all month long on our social media campaign. So make sure to check us out on Twitter, Instagram, like us on Facebook to follow our social media campaign so we can kick it with
our
Black
month.
excellence. It's our month to tell
28
our
days.
stories. Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, 28 days.
28 days.
Sometimes 29 if the year is right. Right?
Exactly. So check out our social media campaign. Share your stories with us of Black excellence, and we actually have a little Black excellence fact for you. So
Well, as you know, we just had an historic election in which first black and Asian woman and first woman was elected.
Yes,
You
girl
know,
power.
vice president. But she was not the first black woman to run for president
That's true.
slash vice president. Reagan is the president, but
But
I voted for Shirley
Chisholm.
You know what I'm saying? Shirley Chisholm. All right? Shirley Chisholm was. She was born in 1924 in Brooklyn, New York, to parents from Guyana and Barbados. She started out as an educator.
Well, you know it.
Then she was a New York State Assemblyman, and then she was the first
Woman,
black
assembly
woman.
woman.
Is it a woman? I was gonna ask that.
Yeah.
Did they say? All right, my bad. She was the first black woman elected to Congress. A lot of people don't
Make
say
that
that about it.
connection
Yeah.
and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
She served 7 terms.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. Unbought and unbiased. That was her motto.
Oh, wow.
Unbought and
She was
unbiased.
no joke.
She was no joke. She
Yeah.
was
She's about
bad.
her business.
In 1972, she ran in the Democratic Party for the President of the United States.
Wow.
She came in 4th in the primaries.
And that's
Now,
that's 1972.
That's
Right,
1972.
yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Well, as such, she received multiple threats against her life, including assassination attempts. So,
Wow.
of course. As a matter of fact, it was so crazy, she was granted Secret Service protection to ensure her safety. All right. She also had to sue to be included in the televised debates, the presidential debates. She had to sue in order to be included. 72.
Wow, I would love to see that.
She passed in, I think, 2005.
Cool. Okay.
All right.
Shirley Chisholm.
Shirley Chisholm.
Yeah.
I love it. That's
awesome.
great.
Yeah. Black history, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're making history every day.
Every day, man. Every day.
So.
Thank you, Jeremiah. That was great.
Coming in with the facts.
You know what I'm
Remember the
saying?
little something for Black History Month, so
Yes, let's kick it with black excellence.
Absolutely.
no doubt.